Hello guys. And welcome to Mr. Creepy Skeleton Stories. Before we start, and if you don't mind, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and here we go. Story number 1. It was a chilly fall evening at Ohio University. The leaves rustled outside as a group of students gathered in the common area of their dorm. The flickering lights cast an eerie glow, setting the stage for a spine-chilling night. Little did they know, they were about to embark on a journey that would test their courage and sanity. As they settled into their seats, Samantha, the fearless one of the group, couldn't help but notice a mysterious book tucked away on the dusty shelf. Its worn leather cover and faded pages hinted at the secrets it held within. Curiosity got the best of her, and she pulled it down, revealing its title, Tales of the Haunted Dorm. Intrigued, the students huddled closer, their breaths visible in the chilling air. Samantha opened the book, and as she began to read aloud, a sense of unease settled over them like a heavy fog. The tales within painted vivid pictures of supernatural occurrences, unexplained sounds, and shadowy figures lurking within the dorm's corridors. Suddenly, a loud creak echoed through the room as the door swung open, revealing an empty hallway. Heart rates quickened, and uneasy glances were exchanged between the students. They knew they were not alone. The stories they had read seemed to come to life before their very eyes. Footsteps could be heard in the dead of night, doors slammed shut on their own, and flickering lights cast eerie shadows on the walls. The paranormal activity grew with each passing day, escalating into a maddening frenzy of fear. Sleepless nights turned into a hazy blur of terror. Whispers in the darkness taunted them, and the students became mere pawns in a malevolent game. They researched the history of the dorm, discovering tales of tragic events that had taken place within its hallowed halls. As the haunting intensified, doubts and suspicion clouded their minds. Were they losing their sanity, or was there truly something sinister lurking in the shadows? The lines between reality and nightmare blurred, and trust among the group began to crumble. In their quest for answers, they stumbled upon a forgotten journal belonging to a former student who had experienced the same horrors years ago. The passages detailed a chilling secret that had been buried within the walls of the dorm, a secret so terrifying it could only be whispered about in hushed tones. With newfound determination, the students unraveled the truth and realized they held the key to ending the haunting. But as they prepared to confront the darkness, a sudden silence enveloped the dorm, leaving them on edge. In a climactic battle of wills, they faced their fears head-on, pushing the boundaries of their sanity. And just when they thought they had succeeded, a final twist left their hearts pounding and their minds spinning. The last entry in the journal hinted at an ancient curse, one that ensured the dorm would forever be a home to restless spirits. They had failed to break the cycle, and as they closed the book, a sense of dread settled in their souls. The haunting would continue, and they would forever be trapped in its clutches. As the students met each other's gaze, they realized the true horror of their situation. Their faces mirrored a mixture of resignation and fear. The haunting of the Ohio University dorm would live on, a reminder of the inexplicable and the unknown. And so, with heavy hearts, they left the dorm, each carrying their own personal ghosts. The stories of their horrific experiences would echo through the halls for years to come, leaving a chilling legacy that would forever leave others wondering about the true nature of the haunted dorm. For in the realm of the paranormal, some secrets are meant to remain buried, and some horrors are meant to remain just out of reach. Story number 2. It was a dark, stormy night at Ohio University. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows of the old dormitory. As the rain poured down, a group of students gathered in the common room, seeking refuge from the eerie atmosphere that surrounded them. Little did they know that they were about to share the most chilling tales of their lives. Sarah, a timid freshman, was the first to speak up. Her voice quivered as she recounted the night she woke up to find a shadowy figure lurking in the corners of her room. Its eyes gleamed with an otherworldly glow, and she could swear she heard whispers of ancient curses under her breath. Terrified, she slammed the door shut, but the figure vanished into thin air, leaving her with a spine-chilling sensation that lingered long after the encounter. As Sarah finished her story, David, a sophomore with a love for the paranormal, eagerly shared his own tale. He spoke of the ghostly apparition that haunted the dorm's abandoned basement. The ghostly figure, clad in tattered clothes, would wail and moan, sending shivers down the spines of anyone who dared venture there after dark. Many had tried to capture evidence of its presence, but each attempt resulted in ethereal photographs or mysterious EVP recordings that left them with more questions than answers. Not to be outdone, Lisa, a senior with a penchant for the macabre, revealed the legend of the cursed mirror that hung in the hallway. According to campus lore, anyone who looked into the mirror at midnight would catch a glimpse of their own death. Some claimed to have seen their lifeless bodies, while others swore they witnessed their own demise in vivid detail. The mirror became a forbidden object, with students rushing past it, afraid to risk a glimpse into the unknown. As the students exchanged their stories, each tale more spine-chilling than the last, a sense of unease settled over the room. The flickering candles cast eerie shadows across their faces, and the creaks and groans of the old building added to the sense of foreboding. It was as if the very dorm they called home was trying to tell them something they were not meant to discover. Just as the group was about to call it a night, a loud crash echoed from the hallway. They rushed to investigate, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. As they turned the corner, their eyes widened in horror. The cursed mirror lay shattered on the floor, reflecting twisted images of their own terrified expressions. It was then that they realized the stories they had shared were not just tales, but a warning. The dorm was alive with the restless spirits of its past, trapped within its walls, eager to share their torment with anyone who dared to listen. The students could no longer ignore the haunted whispers that echoed through the halls or the eerie presence that lurked in every corner. And so, they packed their bags, determined to escape the clutches of the haunted dormitory. As they left, a single question lingered in their minds: would the spirits remain trapped within the abandoned halls, or would they find new victims to share their horrific stories with? The answer, like the restless spirits themselves, remains unknown, leaving behind a chilling uncertainty that continues to haunt the campus of Ohio University to this day. Story number 3. It was a chilly autumn evening at Ohio University. The leaves were painted with shades of red and gold, dancing in the crisp wind. As the sun set, casting eerie shadows on the campus, a group of friends gathered in the common room of their dorm, their faces filled with excitement and trepidation. Amy, a literature major, tucked a strand of her dark hair behind her ear and leaned forward, her eyes sparkling. "Guys, have you ever wondered if our dorm is haunted?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. The room fell silent for a moment, each one of them contemplating the possibility. Ryan, the adventure-seeking athlete, was the first to break the silence. "Come on, Amy. You don't actually believe in ghosts, do you?" But Amy persisted, her voice growing bolder. "I've heard stories from previous residents. Strange sounds, flickering lights, and even sightings of a ghostly figure roaming the halls at night." Karen, the studious psychology major, chimed in. "There have been studies showing that old buildings like ours can have residual energy, which could explain these eerie experiences." Intrigued, the group decided to embark on their own investigation. Armed with cameras, voice recorders, and a healthy dose of skepticism, they ventured into the dimly lit corridors of the dorm. As the night wore on, strange occurrences seemed to become more frequent. Lights flickered inexplicably, faucets turned on and off, and whispers echoed through the empty halls. The group's initial skepticism turned to unease, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. Amy, filled with an insatiable curiosity, dared to explore the basement alone. With each step she took, the air grew colder, and the sound of her own breathing seemed to echo ominously. Suddenly, a chilling whisper whispered her name, sending shivers down her spine. Terrified, Amy rushed back up the stairs, reuniting with her friends who were now pale-faced and trembling. They bravely decided to confront the dorm's history, delving into old archives and uncovering the dark secrets that lay hidden within the walls. Their research revealed a tragic tale of a young student, Emily, who had mysteriously disappeared decades ago. Rumors of her involvement with a secret society and a forbidden love affair swirled through the campus, leaving an aura of darkness behind. Feeling compelled to solve the mystery, the group set out to the abandoned attic, the place where Emily's belongings had been stored. As they entered the dusty room, a cold gust of wind extinguished their flashlights, plunging them into darkness. Suddenly, a voice whispered in their ears, "Emily needs your help." The group gasped, their fear mingling with adrenaline. But before they could react, the room was flooded with blinding light. When their vision cleared, Emily stood before them, her ethereal figure glowing softly. She thanked them for uncovering the truth, for bringing closure to her restless spirit. As the group left the dorm that night, their minds filled with questions, they couldn't help but wonder if they had truly encountered a ghost or if their vivid imaginations had conjured the supernatural. The mystery remained, leaving them forever pondering the thin line between reality and the unknown. Was it all a figment of their collective imagination, or had they truly crossed paths with the afterlife? The answer eluded them, leaving them haunted by their own doubts and forever questioning the mysteries that lay within the walls of their dorm.